Hello everyone, Diego Escoriza here. Today I'm gonna talk about my favorite TV series, Highway to Heaven. It is the story of an angel named Jonathan, played by uh, Michael London, who has lived here for 40 years helping people in need. In one of his assignments, he meets a retired cop named um, Mark, played by Victor French, who has been um, laid off for violent behavior. Now, um, the story opens by Jonathan going to um, uh, senior home or retirement home, which is about to be closed. There he meets uh, Mark's sister and become really good friends. At first, Mark opposed to the idea because he didn't trust Jonathan. Hey, I wouldn't trust a person just like that. I should really need to see who that person is. Anyway, um, he had um, opened an investigation on Jonathan because he has heard all sorts of things about him, from uh, buying stuff to no, actually getting things for free. And the only thing he said is that a friend gave them to him. So that kind of uh, got Mark thinking, or that was one of the reasons why he decided to open up this investigation. Now, um, at some point, Mark's sister decides to invite Jonathan to have dinner with her and tells Mark to leave. And that's because of his behavior. So Mark was mad and he pretended to leave, but instead he went to Jonathan's apartment to see if he could dig out anything on him. When he's there, he sees that there's nothing inside whatsoever. And when Jonathan returns, because he had forgotten something, he sees Mark inside. Mark tells Jonathan that if he doesn't tell him the truth, then he would have him arrested. And Jonathan had no choice but to tell him that he was an angel. Now Mark didn't believe him. Just like that, he was telling him to tell him the honest truth. Uh, God, I wouldn't believe it if somebody would tell me I was that he was an angel. I wouldn't just believe it. I needed proof, and that's exactly what Mark wanted prove that he was an angel. So Jonathan did uh, do something for Mark, and Mark was shocked that he thought about it, and if he said something, they would think he was crazy. At the same time, they called from the retirement home, so Jonathan and Mark's sister went over, and well, Mark tagged along with them, and they were trying to find a way to get the money so they wouldn't close down the retirement home. While thinking, Mark suggested that they should go to the horse races and see if they could if and bet on a horse. Jonathan opposed to the idea because he knew that betting is wasn't right. But on the other hand, he did it anyway because he was trying to help the old folks. But he told them all the money that they pitched in for the bet was their own money. And if they lost that money, um, you know, they had the chances of losing that money. Anyway, they all agreed, and the following day they went to the races. Now, while looking at the horses, Mark saw that one was the possible winning horse and told to Jonathan, but Jonathan was so frustrated that he couldn't even think about it. So they did place the bet, and after the race was done, it happened that the horse they thought that wasn't going to win was the winner. But here's the thing: the old folks received help, and due to the given circumstances, um, I'm just gonna say that they have a little help from Jonathan's boss, as well from Jonathan. He thanked them because he knew that he was the one that set up the thing so they would win the race and save their home. So that night, they all had a wonderful party, and Jonathan just left when Mark's sister found out that he wasn't there. She went to the apartment and looked for Jonathan, but to her surprise, there was another man who moved into Jonathan's apartment. So the following day, Jonathan is back in the road, uh, heading towards his next destination. Mark pulls over and tells them that if it wasn't for him, uh, his life wouldn't have changed. He acknowledged that Jonathan made a change in his life. And he did remember when Jonathan told him that his sister had to live her own life. Therefore, Mark decided that he would join Jonathan and asked him, but Jonathan told him no. So Mark just turned around and started heading home. And of course, Jonathan did what he did in the beginning of the episode, where he made the car go bad and then joined Mark. Sheesh. If I think about it, I wish there was somebody like I. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a TV show, but I know there are people. One in a million is just about the same as Jonathan. Yeah, they may not have powers, but believe me, one in a million people are as just like him. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that this show deals with everyday's life, and there are scenes where they are too emotional. So if you're that type of person um, who will have um, how can I? If you're the type of person that gets too emotional, um, just think about it before you see this show, because it it touches a lot of life situations. Anyway, that's my review on Highway to Heaven. Uh, if you like this video or any of my videos, just click like. If you have comments, concerns, um, questions, just drop them in. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And remember, as I always say, this is Diego signing off. Take care and peace out.